Hi, this is Michael David Lane, and today I want to answer the question, why shouldn't you sing with active breathing? There are two types of breathing, passive breathing and active breathing. Passive breathing, or quiet breathing, is when you breathe with only the diaphragm engaged and no other muscle. Active breathing is when other voluntary core muscles engage to help you breathe. This is a good question because on its face, it sounds great. You want to breathe at your best, so why not use all the muscles you've got? And the word active in itself sounds great. Singing is a very physical activity, so of course, it's active. But the term active refers to the fact that these additional muscles are voluntary muscles, so they're actively controlled. And it's active because it automatically occurs during moments of physical, strenuous activity. Now, I know you're thinking, Mike, this does not sound like a bad thing. Don't you want your singing to be active and powerful? But in fact, active breathing is bad for singing, and it's bad for your performance. First, the voluntary muscles that engage during active breathing are your core muscles. Their primary function is to support your skeleton and hold it erect. They contract up and in, like a corset or a pair of Spanx. During active breathing, they perform what is referred to as forced expiration. They act to push air out of your lungs and force you to exhale. That's because they're trying to prevent lightheadedness during strenuous activity. You become lightheaded not due to a lack of oxygen, but actually due to an excess of carbon dioxide in your brain. Forced expiration decreases the amount of carbon dioxide in the bloodstream by collapsing the lungs and forcing carbon dioxide out of your body. Now, it is impossible for you to sustain a long note or to sing a long phrase when your core muscles are actively shoving air out of your lungs as quickly as possible. Singing requires the exact opposite. Your diaphragm contracts down and out in order to pull in air. Then you want to release air slowly to support your singing. So you want the diaphragm to remain engaged through isometric action. And then the lungs collapse gradually just because they're empty. And you don't want active breathing to force air out quickly. That will ruin your singing. Secondly, active breathing automatically occurs during moments of strenuous physical activity and stress. It happens when your body is tight, strained, and exhausted. During forced expiration, your body breathes with quick gasps of air. The result is stress and anxiety that ruins your performance. Because instead of seeing the character you want to portray or the choices that you've made, the audience sees someone who looks like he's just run a marathon and he's struggling to breathe, nervous, and quite possibly on the verge of fainting. So active breathing is wrong for singers. The truth is, you won't need active breathing if you take the time instead to strengthen the diaphragm so that it can support singing all on its own.